Hello and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I will share with you the latest vulnerability I have found on one of the bug bounties platforms. Um, the vulnerability is an IDOR vulnerability and a privilege escalation bug. It was discovered in the REST API of the platform, where a low privilege user could edit the admin's data, PII, and even promote himself or escalate himself from being just an administrator to be an admin. Sorry, from being a viewer to be an admin. So yeah, in the user interface or through the user interface, when you try to modify the owner's data or the owner's PII, event rules or whatever, you will get a 403 forbidden. You will not be able to perform such action. However, the application have two APIs, an external API and an internal API. So when I tried to use the external API, it worked normally. Not normally, that's not normal. That doesn't make any kind of sense, to be honest. So the request was successfully performed, and I was successfully able to modify the owner's data, PII, his first name, last name, phone number, and even downgrade the owner from being an owner to be just a regular user. When I you know spent some time reading the documentation, I found some requests to escalate myself from being a viewer to be an administrator, and yeah, despite the user interface restrictions, through the external API, I was able to perform this or execute this vulnerability, and that shows the inconsistency between the external and internal API. Even though the internal API is enforcing some kind of authorization or server-side validation, that doesn't mean the application is actually not vulnerable for any of these broken access controls vulnerability. You always have to search for the API documentation, maybe replace your cookies with the API token. Oh yeah, in this application, this application basically is a SaaS platform that lets you to create an organization, invite users, and every account has a separated or personal API token. So in this case, if you testing these kind of applications, you just try to replace the cookies with the API token, or maybe just change the endpoint uh, to the external endpoint. So yeah, as you can see, here's the request through the internal API. The API endpoint is not even the same as the external API. The external API just uses the user ID, which can be easily obtained um, through the user interface. Um, so that was the topic for today's video. The vulnerability was marked as a P1 at the beginning, and then they changed the severity to P medium or P3, which it doesn't make any kind of sense for me, to be honest, but it's fine. So yeah, hopefully you have enjoyed the video and it was quite helpful for you. And yeah, that's it basically.